I wanted to call Adam.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's the Clippers guy, so I was like, I understand it. I understand it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when you're on a campaign trail and you're like the head of the person, and you're like, no, like Trump didn't do anything wrong, or like, no, like Biden didn't do anything wrong. Like, you're obviously gonna like twist it, like that way. A+ though for the Clippers. A+.
He kept Kawhi. That's an A+. Okay, I could see that.
I can see where you're going with that.
I can see that, Adam. I can see that.
Typically in the past with the Clippers, every time the Lakers made a move, the Clippers like matched. And so it was like eye for an eye, move for a move. Like it was chess. Like it was literally chess. This offseason has literally been quiet. Like I'm glad they secured Reggie Jackson. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they secured Reggie Jackson. But you like kind of needed to make moves to improve your team, especially since like you got rid of Pat Bev. I didn't really care for him, but like he's on the decline. They sold at the right time. You're keeping Kawhi Leonard, who is now in his 30s and has an ACL injury. That's not good.
He's turning into an old man too, slowly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you're gonna have that, but I mean, it's like I said, it's funny. We're talking about was it like what?
Just filler words or like the common used words where we say like or and
I always say it's funny, so I'm sure you guys can count as many times.
Here's the thing. That's my thing. I say here's the thing.
What was Mike's thing?
And whatnot. And there you go.
So it's funny that I forgot my train of thought now. I'm kidding. No. Kawhi. Old guy. Okay, but after that was going to be
fun guy.
I completely forgot what I was going to say now. It would be something kind of funny.
It's funny.
Yeah. You see what we did there? No, see, now I can't even say it without thinking what I actually was going to say. But as far as I was going to say, ESPN I think graded the Lakers like a C, or like a D.
We shared this tweet before in the past.
Yeah.
And it was super funny because somebody shared it where it's like ESPN. No, it was like all the way like a month ago.
Yeah.
Mike's trying to dig. But it was a guy going like ESPN, this Lakers squad is fire, and like a bunch of emojis. And then also ESPN is like Lakers grade C- for this offseason.
Yeah, that's why it's funny to me once again that people downplay the Lakers moves because that I feel is an A+. You got Westbrook, Melo. Obviously not the same player as he was 10 years ago, but he's still someone that you want off the bench that could still score. And then Nunn, and then you got Rondo back and Dwight back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an A. Nothing below an A at least. A-. You could say A- if you want, but you got Westbrook. You got a triple-double machine.
Don't sleep on Trevor Ariza coming back and connecting the kind of two eras, the last dynasty with this forthcoming dynasty.
Yeah, which is very touching because his first Laker title was Kobe's last, and here he is back into the fold. And if you remember those in that 2009, or actually I forgot it was 2009, so it was the second to last. But from that era at least, so it is, there is some nostalgia. There is some because I remember I was bummed that Trevor left that second year, but we got Ron and we got another ring, so it kind of filled that void. But I'm excited that Trevor's back too.
This Laker squad really. It's a new team. This Lakers squad is a very new team. Like you saw constant changes where the Clippers are kind of saying the same. One of the members that I liked, I know a lot of Laker Twitter wanted to attack him, which was Markieff Morris.
Yeah,
I really liked Markieff. It was sad to see him go.
Yeah, I was bummed.
He could have ended up with the Clippers also.
That would have been I would have hurt. I mean,
so that was another person. No, in my eyes, I'm like that's another person that the Clippers could have signed to at least help them with their But obviously, they're like, we're good with his brother, just that.
Yeah, where did he go? Where did Keef go?
He went to Miami.
Oh, okay. Miami's, they're not too bad.
They're good, too.
Yeah.
And so he didn't get paid like his brother. Like, he got paid slightly better than he did with the Lakers because he was on a minimum contract. But he said something on a podcast recently, and Clutch Point shared this. So if you want to share that, please. I feel like we have nobody on a team, just give him the ball, then everybody just watch and let him make the play. It's a collective. So this is Markieff Morris seemingly throwing shade at the Lakers. According to Clutch Points, though, that was him, saying, the ball goes. And so keep it up again. Keep up the graphic. So, again, this is from Clutch Points NBA. They said this on September 21st. On the right, people are like, LOL, what? People are, questioning, how is this shade, right? It's not – whoever said this – it was Markieff Morris, I'm sorry. Whoever quoted this and made this graphic wanted to, stir the pot.
Obviously.
And so,
Clickbait.
Go ahead and go to the next graphic with Keef. LOL, shade where? We won a championship like this. Playing with the best players in the world, this will always be the case for any player. Now, this is also a question I wanted to get with Adam, because I felt as if the Clippers, I'm going to give them credit in the sense that I thought when a certain player was to get out, they had certain role players that were ready, and that was their whole mentality was like stay ready. And so, but I didn't think Patrick Patterson, who is like the person that's the derivative of that phrase, was the person of it. But like you had Reggie Jackson, like as the person, like if Pat Bev got hurt, he stepped up. You had a lot of players that were under the team thing. What have we said since the beginning? The Lakers don't have people that could step up when one of the players. It's a very dependent team versus independent.
And that's what I was gonna say, because reading that, I was just like, wait, well, didn't like he, brick a bunch of shots, and like didn't like a lot of these players brick a lot of shots when they were trying to pass the ball to each other and trying to like. You kind of have to have at least like those three guys to pass the ball to. Growing up, we always had Kobe. Before then, we always had,
Kobe. No.
Kobe. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you keep going. Kobe, Shaq, Magic, Kareem, all those guys. But with these guys, it's like, yeah, you need. I mean, obviously, it's gonna be at least with this current Lakers squad, it's gonna be LeBron, AD, Westbrook. I mean, I guess you could say Melo, but I mean, not really, right? It doesn't need the ball, but it obviously needs the ball.
Look, I've always even said this because I've been a Carmelo fan for the longest time, and then like he kind of got me mad during New York. He's a black hole when you have the ball. Like he like demands the ball a lot, and so he's going to be the person that ball hogs. When you like pass it to him, you just know it's going to disappear. And I hope he's the same Melo that we expected from Portland than he is from Houston or Oklahoma City.
Yeah, any shot that he takes over more than 10 shots, like in his 11th shot, that's like a $10,000 fine. You really need to watch like how many shots he takes. You can't let him play 16 minutes and have 24 shots.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like he's kind of accepted his role, especially when he was on the Blazers. So I feel like, I mean, unless he's hot, then unless he's like that one game in the Olympics hot, then please, by all means, keep shooting. But I feel like I feel like he knows himself. I feel like he's not necessarily knows himself, but he's accepted himself.
Especially playing with LeBron too. I think he needs someone like with LeBron's caliber to tell him like, hey, you don't have it tonight.
Dwight. I mean, look at what happened with Dwight, this second stint with the Lakers.
Yeah.
I think Melo can actually have his own like revenge tour of the sort.
And I kind of feel like everyone could have their redemption. I mean, clearly we fell short last season, and and some of these players, Westbrook's hungry. Melo never had. Melo's hungry. These guys haven't had a title yet. Everyone else pretty much has, except for obviously the new guys that came this year. But I feel like they're gonna be very self-aware enough to know that they're going to do what it takes. Because I know like the big buzzword around media day today was sacrifice. Everyone kept saying sacrifice. So I'm kind of looking forward to it because, once again, I am a little nervous because there is only one ball and you got Rondo, Westbrook, Melo, and everybody else wanting it. So.
Yeah. Kendrick Nunn, again, I honestly want to say this. Adam Auslund alluded to it. Malik Monk is a nice young player. But Kendrick Nunn was somebody that like I was looking at since I want to say playoffs.
Yeah.
Like when I was looking ahead towards the free agency.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm like, what if the Lakers? I'm like, nah, he's going to be probably more. Like he's going to be worth more. The fact that he signed on the contract that he got, I'm like, this is a nugget in the or this is a needle in the haystack.
Yeah, and he even said that he took less money to win a title.
Yeah.
He wants to win a championship. I'm like, yes, please.
You're technically, the Miami Heat was a title contender too, not too long ago. The fact that he left one destination to go to another one, that speaks volumes.
How long has it been since the Lakers team has been this top heavy, by the way? Is there? I mean,
I wanted to say 2013 because 2013, if they had not got hurt, they would have been probably a very top team.
Yeah. I mean, this is. I do feel this is like this is gonna be a lot of fun Sports Illustrated cover again, but at the same time, I hope it's not the same with all the injuries that happened that year. But that's what makes me excited. But at the same time, I'm still kind of nervous.